Okay, so hello everyone, and a lot of you may know my streams for MSFS, and you guys are completely right. My channel is nowadays known for like playing MSFS every stream, a little bit of KSP, some TFS, and maybe a little FC Super Tux card. But I've been having something like an issue with MSFS, and because of that, it keeps crashing every single time on startup, and I haven't been able to get back into it ever since. So, sorry guys, but I hate to break it to you, no Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 today until I can get this fixed. I might do a stream later just only dedicated to MSFS 2020 later, if I can get MSFS fixed, and if I can't, no MSFS until next week. Sorry guys. I know it's hard for you guys, but you just gotta deal with it. So, but we do still have uh, all these other games instead. We have Flight Gear, we have TFS on BlueStacks, we have KSP. Actually, we'll play TFS first. Not gonna lie, yeah, TFS first. We have KSP, and we have Super Tux Kart, and of course, Flight Gear, one of my other all-time favorite flight simulators, and also GLFS too. So, first up, Flight Gear. Actually, no, not Flight Gear, TFS. Noon, RL42. Okay, so here we are. We have spawned into, I think, RL72 maybe? Oh, no, this is RL42. So here we are in RL42. And there's RL72 over there. That plane's about to take off. Um, okay, there's all that. Okay, actually, you know what? Hold on, before I start this. Let me scroll down. PB40 color. You know what? Actually, hold on. Actually, no, no. Okay. How'd that look? Let me just spawn as the PV40 just to make sure I want that color. Because picking color for PV40 is kind of hard sometimes. Nah. Let's see, what else is there? What about this? You know what? A blue PV should work. A blue PV should work. I just need to add the color a bit more to be a little lighter. Now, XV40 only has like liveries that we can choose from. So I already chose like the alternate livery. Now make it blue. Okay, that's like baby blue. I need like darker blue. Um, that work? Yeah, this works. Alright. So now that this works, actually hold on. It's one more edit. Okay. Yep, that's perfect. Alright, so now we have a blue PV-40. We're actually going to start out the video on the actual stream on TFS with this aircraft. So let's just do a quick exterior. Let's do just a quick pre-flight. Okay. Okay, that's bad. Oh wait, no, it's not. I thought the winch door was gonna like stop it for a second, but apparently not. Ramp. Okay. Let's see if it goes flat. Okay, Piggy, go and like spam some E's to get rid of that to get rid of those black lines and messages on the chat screen right now. You have my permission. Okay. Flaps, good condition. Thank you. You're the best, Piggy. Wings test. Okay, blades fully functional. Oh yeah, Piggy, what's your best plane in TFS? What's your best plane in TFS, Piggy? Interior check. TV. Water. What's your best plane in TFS? Yes. Since I know you have TFS, I think. Probably, maybe. MC-130. Was it because of Jado? Is it because of Jado and its sound? Hold on 1 second. I also feel the Jado. Maybe it's because you just like landing on buildings. Like Infinity Aviation does. Yeah, you probably like. I think you probably like landing on buildings like Infinity Aviation. Car. Okay. Close all these doors so I don't start hanging open during the flight. Oh. Okay, I thought this had like a hatch on top, but apparently it doesn't. Oh yeah, also, what's your favorite VTOL aircraft? I might use that next. What's your best VTOL aircraft, Piggy? I might use your favorite VTOL aircraft next. After I finish using PV-40. Move, buddy. Bruh. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. You AI planes. Damn turbo lines. Smashing their planes into people. One of these days I might steal one of their planes. Maybe an ATR or something. These little planes I'll use it. Alright. What about favorite livery on the RL42/72? Holy crap, this thing is overpowered. PV is overpowered. I actually underestimated this thing. No wonder it's strong outside VTOL. Actually, I'm gonna pull Cobra with this thing. I like you know the livery for Black and Gold. Me too. On ATR 42. Me too. Jeez, this thing is highly maneuvered. I almost killed myself on the ground. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Hold on. Let me get over to the mountains airport. Actually, let me get over to the dam really quick. In the meantime, we can go ahead. I thought I closed all these doors. You see the dam. Nacho, what are you doing? Hold on. What are you doing, Nacho? Alright. And kill horde. Oh, come on, that should have worked. That should have worked. Why don't Antonov join us? I have a special surprise for him in KSP. Oh, so close to the tower. Yeah, I'm trying to fly Baran for him. A21. Hello, A321. Alright, you know what? Actually, let's just use the ocean for this one. We're gonna turn PV-40 into a seaplane. We're gonna turn PV into a seaplane. Bro, come on. That should have worked. Yay, Antonov's here in spirit. Just in time. Alright. You know, all alone speed. Antonov, after this, I'll show you, your big surprise. And yes, it's in KSP, and yes, I fixed it. What if I just VTOL myself then? Oh, hey, that worked. Yes, Baran. I finally fixed it. So it should work now. And we also just turned PV into a seaplane, I guess. Cool. We have a giant quad plane seaplane. Landing gear. Nah, I shouldn't open it. I'll sink the plane. Just chilling on the water is nice. Alright. Car. Actually, can the car drive on water? If that car can drive on water, I need that in real life. Alright, now let's just go steer back to the harbor. Now, I can't get too fast. This is a very fragile plane, and this is not a PS-26, so be very gentle with it. What? Alright, you know what? That's it. I quit. I quit. I quit. TFS is over for a little bit. KSP time. It's KSP time, guys. in the meantime, while that happens, I'm going to go make myself breakfast. And the antenna of this rocket that I'm about to use goes out specially to you. Wait, what? Oh wait, never mind. All right, dark multiplayer non correctly installed. That's harmless. I thought that was just another game in the bug. Nope. Casey works fine. Let's go. Not too bad on even more playing. No, okay, no, not very confident. Fine. Yeah, my kid keeps wanting to go outside. Start game. Resume saved. We're gonna go this one, and we are going to do what we do best. We're gonna launch some freaking rockets. But first, oh yeah, I forgot. Micro USB is still up in my room, connected to my laptop. Oh yeah, I also did install some other parts like hovercrafts and stuff. So yeah, but take a look at this beauty. This is one very nice beauty right here. Look at that. Yeah, I think he's excited. Alright, I'll be right back. There's also a special song that goes with it too. Micro USB drive. Now let me just plug this in to my PC really quick. Where is the control? Oh, there it is. Wait, did anything happen? Did anything happen? I think it did. Music folder. There we go. Okay, I'm also probably gonna switch this to my headphones as well, so the special song that goes with it doesn't leak out from my microphone and create like back sounds. Actually, that's not the crew I want. Roll back to the VAB. Alright, crew. Get rid of these guys. And there we go. That's the perfect crew I want. Don't ask who those are. Don't ask who those were. Alright. So everything looks good on the outside. Let's check the cockpit. Oh, come on. I thought Borean's cockpit was more advanced. On a side note, we at least have some fire extinguishers in case things go wrong. Okay, we have some attitude balls. Speeds. This is all speeds, really. Alright, let's see. Okay, we have some payload bay views. Once again, some more gyro balls and stuff. And an engineering panel and some more gyro ball. Cool. We have three freaking gyro balls over here. What the fridge? Hold on, Piggy. You don't get to do it. No. I say when we launch, and this is a special song that goes with it. The one thing I found to make it sound a bit more realistic. And now we add night preset. There we go. Got time to start. You'll start soon. You can probably start from 5 around when I say. When I say go, start from 5. Go. Launch. Go for booster separation. We have the core stage of energy left to burn, so let's burn it. Let's get as much fuel as we can out of this thing. Let's work on a steady course to orbit. just... Wait, what? What's going on? Hold on. Let me just... There we go. Final burn into orbit. Bay doors open. There's Energia right there. That is Bran. Oh, there's a docking port. How does Bran still use extensions if it has no fuel tank? That's because Bran actually has two of its own engines. The Energia launch vehicle is actually how it gets to orbit, and that's its, like the space shuttle's main engines, except they're not. These two engines are the ones that carry their own fuel tank. So basically, these are the OMS motors that get that last stage in orbit. And just basically what Antonov said. No, I think it might be time to deorbit soon. Anyway, where are we? Okay, that's how far we're up in the space center. In complete darkness right now. I'll wait for the space center to get into the light before I deorbit. So what I'm gonna do is deorbit from around over here, and I'm gonna go until it hits. Oh, it's too far. Until it hits like around. Here-ish. Wait. Yeah, here. Now it's time to deorbit this thing. Get it back down to Earth. Time to get this thing down. Dude, this thing is way more efficient to me than the actual American shuttle was. Highly more maneuverable. Way better. I'm starting to like this a little better, but not that much. This also passed a few more tests before it can overtake the American shuttle. But still a good vehicle. I still love it. And now we just fast forward and wait. And now I let the heat shield do its thing. Baran is finally coming home. I think the Firefly mod should work this time, I believe. If I installed it correctly, which I think I did. Let's hope I did, actually. I want to see some actual decently realistic flames on Baran's heat shield. That's way shorter of a distance than I expected. Okay, I think you can probably land over there in that desert area. Okay, yeah, one of Baran's difficulties was actually not having like some extra engines I can hack in order to like, get to like go like extended range. Longitude. Space center. Um. All right. Let's see. 09. I think so. It says the coordinate should be. Actually, let's just go to the bike near Cosmodrome. 20. 40. 45. And 146. 30. 04. West. North. That should do it. Okay, you know what? I'll just explore that one another time. Let's just get to the alpha latitude 0 degrees 6 9 south. Okay, only threshold 0, 2, 54 south. And 74, 43, 28 west. Now where am I? Okay, I don't care anymore. Vehicle assembly. Alright, well at least we completed a flight. Okay, now let's see what should we launch. Let's destroy some buildings. Let's go demolish some buildings. No. Not already. Alright, well. Let's go back to VAB. All the VAB's gone. That was fun. Let's see. FD2. Kerbal 1. Let's go fly Kerbal 1. Let's fly Kerbal 1. Sup, Snail? Who's Snail? What's a very unsafe rocket? What else? Oh yeah, this is the rocket I built in the meantime, I guess. Swa. Yes. Watch this. What is it? Alright, then let's watch this, I guess. Hydrogen burn-off system. Red line limits. And a booster ignition. Okay, I guess. That's a shuttle launch. Piggy. I guess. Mm. with the heat shield. Let's launch. Kerbal F. Actually, let's launch the Slim Shuttle. Oh, there's still debris, I guess. Oh, that's not good. Does the C5 sound good? Let's turn it over a deadly flight now. You want to hear something loud? I'll show you something loud. A Saturn V. Just listen to this. Alright, I'll let you find the video for Apollo 11 launch. Alright, and got it.
20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Okay, we got a roll from.
Yep, Apollo 11. gonna do flight gear. Oh, it's on this side. And I will be right back.
$7,326, ready to start up. AC-760, ready to start up. United 596, ready to start up. San Francisco Intel startup, this is AC-760, position E64 information Sierra, IFR to Montreal Pierre Trudeau Intel, request startup. AC-760, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. San Francisco Intel startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, AC-760. San Francisco Intel startup, this is United 596, position F74 information Sierra, IFR to Austin Bergstrom Intel, request startup. San Francisco Intel startup, switching to 128.65, AC-760. United 596, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. San Francisco Intel startup, with you, AC-760. AC-760, Roger, San Francisco Intel startup. San Francisco Intel startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, United 596. San Francisco Intel startup, request pushback, AC-760. San Francisco Intel startup, switching to 128.65, United 596. San Francisco Intel startup, with you, United 596. AC-760, pushback approved, San Francisco Intel startup. United 596, Roger, San Francisco Intel startup. San Francisco Intel ground, ready to taxi, AC-760. AC-760, cleared to taxi, San Francisco Intel ground. San Francisco Intel ground, cleared to taxi, AC-760. San Francisco Intel startup, request pushback, United 596. United 596, pushback approved, San Francisco Intel startup. San Francisco Intel ground, ready to taxi, United 596. United 596, cleared to taxi, San Francisco Intel ground. San Francisco Intel ground, cleared to taxi, United 596. SkyWest UA 5766, ready to start up. SkyWest S3404, ready to start up. As 1952, ready to start up. SkyWest UA 5696, ready to start up. SkyWest UA 5299, ready to start up. SkyWest UA 5802, ready to start up. San Francisco Intel startup, this is SkyWest UA 5766, position F77A information Sierra, IFR to Reading Uni, request startup. San Francisco Intel startup, this is SkyWest S3404, position B22 information Sierra, IFR to Dallas Love FLD, request startup. San Francisco Intel startup, this is as 1952, position B20 information Sierra, IFR to San Diego Intel, request startup. San Francisco Intel startup, this is SkyWest UA 5696, position F79 information Sierra, IFR to San Luis Co RGNL, request startup. San Francisco Intel startup, this is SkyWest UA 5299, position F70 information Sierra, IFR to Fresno Air Terminal, request startup. SkyWest UA 5766, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. SkyWest UA 5299, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. As 1952, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. SkyWest S3404, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. SkyWest UA 5696, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel startup control. San Francisco Intel startup, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, SkyWest UA 5766. San Francisco Intel startup, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, SkyWest S3404. San Francisco Intel Startup, Startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, SkyWest UA 5696. San Francisco Intel Startup, Startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, as 1952. San Francisco Intel Startup, Startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, SkyWest UA 5299. San Francisco Intel Startup, this is SkyWest UA 5802, position F76B information Sierra, IFR to Tucson Intel, request startup. SkyWest UA 5802, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, San Francisco Intel Startup Control. San Francisco Intel Startup, startup approved, Sierra correct, runway 28L, fly runway heading squawk 6176, for pushback and taxi clearance call 128.65, SkyWest UA 5802. San Francisco Intel Startup, switching to 128.65, as 1952. San Francisco Intel Startup, switching to 128.65, SkyWest UA 5696. San Francisco Intel Startup, with you, as 1952. San Francisco Intel Startup, with you, SkyWest UA 5696. San Francisco Intel Startup, switching to 128.65, SkyWest UA 5766.
Autopilot.
SkyWest UA 5696.
Autopilot.
San Francisco Intel Startup.
Autopilot.
San Francisco Intel
Autopilot.
Startup, switching to 128.65, SkyWest UA 5299. San Francisco Intel Startup, switching to 128.65, SkyWest UA 5802. San Francisco Intel Startup, with you, SkyWest UA 5766. As 1952, Roger, San Francisco Intel Startup. SkyWest UA 5766, Roger, San Francisco Intel Startup. San Francisco Intel Startup, switching to 128.65, SkyWest has 3404. San Francisco Intel Startup, request pushback, SkyWest UA 5766. San Francisco Intel Startup, with you, SkyWest UA 5299. SkyWest UA 5608, ready to start up. San Francisco Intel Startup, with you, SkyWest has 3404. SkyWest has 3404, Roger, San Francisco Intel Startup. SkyWest UA 5970, ready to start up. SkyWest UA 5766, pushback approved, San Francisco Intel Startup. San Francisco Intel Startup, request pushback, as 1952. As 1952, pushback approved, San Francisco Intel Startup. San Francisco Intel Startup, request pushback, SkyWest has 3404. American 843, hold position, San Francisco Intel Ground. San Francisco Intel Ground, holding position, American 843. SkyWest has 3404, pushback approved, San Francisco Intel Startup. United 2094, hold position, San Francisco Intel Ground. San Francisco Intel Startup, request pushback, SkyWest UA 5696. San Francisco Intel Ground, holding position, United 2094. SkyWest UA 5696, pushback approved. San Francisco Intel startup. San Francisco Intel ground, ready to taxi. SkyWest UA 5766. SkyWest UA 52929, San Francisco Intel startup. American 842, resume taxiing. San Francisco Intel ground. San Francisco Intel ground, continuing taxiing. American 842. San Francisco Intel startup, request pushback. SkyWest UA 52929. SkyWest UA 5766, clear to taxi. San Francisco Intel ground. SkyWest UA 52929, pushback approved. San Francisco Intel startup. San Francisco San Francisco Intel startup, process SkyWest UA 5600, position of 726 information CR, this is correct. San Francisco Intel ground, ready to taxi. SkyWest UA 56126. San Francisco Intel startup, process SkyWest UA 5970, position of 726 information CR, contact Vancouver Intel, request startup. SkyWest UA 56126, clear to taxi. San Francisco Intel ground. SkyWest UA 5575, ready to startup. San Francisco Intel ground, ready to taxi. 1952. SkyWest UA 5766, position San Francisco Intel ground. San Francisco Intel startup, SkyWest UA 5100. San Francisco Intel ground, position 726 San position F76 hit information Sierra, IFR to load value until Medford, West startup. United 2094 Blue Taxi, San Francisco until ground. San Francisco until ground, ready to taxi, SkyWest leaving off 5802.
Altitude. 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 Overspeed. 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 20.
Sink rate, terrain, sink rate, sink rate. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up,
5.
Pull up.
400.
pull up,
Overspeed.
pull up,
Minimum. Up from
Pull up.
overspeed.
too low, terrain,
4. Up from minimum. Up.
terrain, sink rate, pull up,
1.
pull up, pull up, terrain, too low, terrain.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Soldier called his parents and said,
Altitude. Autopilot. 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 Overspeed. Flat 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 overspeed. 2500.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
1000.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up.
500.
Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
Approaching minimum. Minimum.
Round. You can always go around if it don't look right coming down. Don't wait until you're sideways, maybe sliding on the ground. You can always go around.
Too low. Terrain.
approaching minimum.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Minimum.
Sink rate. Sink
100.
rate.
50, 40, 30, 20.
adjust audio. And then I go here. That's much better. What track should we use now? I'm thinking we probably use this one and then go for, yes, this one. Actually, no. Lunar Astrocharge. I forgot this one actually has good music. Once again, that's probably enough Super Tux Kart for the day, and probably enough for the stream. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I'll see you guys next Saturday. I'll see you guys on Saturday.